Oh, I think iPhone is Dr. Bodhi. Hi, Dr. Bodhi. I think it's you, iPhone. Is it possible to get on mic?
Hello?
Oh, yeah. We can hear you.
Get on mic. I don't know. Yeah.
You can maybe something wrong with your cable. I mean that the internet.
Yeah.
You can access it now.
Can you hear
Um,
me? Can you hear
I
me?
can. We can hear you. If possible, you can turn on the video. We can see you. So no worries. We can hear you. No problem. I will show the screen.
Okay,
Okay.
then you have got my document, so I'll explain from this.
Okay. No problem. You
Okay.
can.
Yeah, that's better. I think there's a server error in this computer. I don't know what it is.
Oh, server. Yes. Sometimes.
I can see the things now. Yeah, that's good. I can see the document as well.
Oh, so nice.
Yeah, that's good. All right, let us go to this.
Sorry, Dr. Bodhi. You suddenly turned off your mic. Could you get on mic again? 好王，yeah, you got it.
Got it?
Yeah.
That's good. So now you can see me, or
We can hear you. Yeah,
that's all right. That's all right. Yeah,
yeah, okay.
we will discuss, because this is what we have discussed earlier, so we can discuss the same thing again. So let us look at the first verse again. Question is very clear.
Yeah.
Bahudeva manussacha mangalani achintayung akankamana sottanam bruhi mangala muttama. So that means the question is raised by this person. The question is, as we said, that person controlled himself for a considerable amount of, controlling is done, and still he can't reach what he's trying to reach, which is the noble bliss of Nibbana, or the complete calmness. Now, I have to say to you that Nibbana is not a place where we are going to go. It's not a place. It's not a place. It is a state of the system which we are going to achieve. That is full calmness. Full calmness when a person is prevailing. When a person is prevailing full calmness, well, that person is at the bliss of Nibbana.
Yeah.
That is how it happens. All right. So that's something to remember. Now, that's what he was achieving, but he couldn't. He was trying to achieve, I would say, but he couldn't. So he went to Buddha and said, I got stuck at Mana. Mana is the pride that I am experiencing now due to what I have achieved. So this happens to everybody in this world. Mana is coming. but mana is at different levels. Some people get, very high mana, or the high pride is very high or low, depending on
Yeah.
the situation. So now this particular thing may be very high. So as we said, when this person is at a very high mana, he can't proceed. So therefore, Buddha may have realized that this mana is going to go up and he's going to suffer.
Yes.
He's going to suffer. So to prevent that happening, what Buddha did was, Buddha was trying to prevent his going along that path, mana uddhacha avidya. So that has to be remembered. So that is why Buddha said asevanacha balanam. So when you say asevanacha balanam, the unwholesome thoughts or actions, not to join or associate with unwholesome actions, which means, as we studied, there are 10 unwholesome actions: kama, tanna, rati, raga, lobha, desha, moha, matsarya, krodha, vaira. Those are unwholesome actions that we studied. And also there are 5 hindrances: kama, chanda, vyapada, tinamidda, uddhacha, kukkucha, vichikicha. Then once a person is with those unwholesome actions, eventually that person is going to get into that 10 fetters: sakkaya ditthi, vichikicha, silabbata, paramasa, kamaraga, patiga, ruparaga, aruparaga, mana, uddhacha, avidya. So Buddha has realized where this person is heading for. So that to stop immediately, he said to him, don't associate with these things, because if you associate, you end up going towards depending origination and you are going to suffer more than what you are suffering now. So that is the reason why Buddha gave this instruction or the advice.
Yes.
Sevanacha balana, because we have to figure out why Buddha said this and what Buddha said. Why and what. Yeah, both has to be explained. So, Panditanancha Sevana, you use all the abilities you have experienced or gained to prevent this happening. Otherwise, you can't go anywhere. That's what it is. Pujaja pujaniyan. So the first step is to stop that person going along that path. And it says you have to respect this and stop it. Otherwise, you end up with, as I said, avidya patya, sankara patya, vinyana, that along that path. And dukkha skandha samudaya hoti, the sufferings, full of sufferings like a mountain. So
Yes.
to prevent that, so it's better whenever you read this, if you go to the things that we have already studied, then we can, you can get a better understanding. So I'm referring to that, what we have studied. So we are going to see how useful they are, what we studied. Right? Yeah. Okay, now go to number 3, please. You can move up to number 3. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. Thank you. So, Pati Rupa Desa Vasocha. So, Socha means, the last term is Socha means full of unsatisfactoriness, suffering, sorrowfulness. Soka is sorrowfulness. So, Pati Rupa Desa Vasocha means if you are going to be with Upadana Rupa, you are with Soka. Soka is sorrow. You are with sorrow.
Yes.
So therefore, Buddha said you are with sorrow because you are experience this attachment towards Upadana Rupa as the mana. Mana is attaching to Upadana Rupa. So
Mm.
how come mana is attached to upadana rupa? Because mana is, everything is upadana rupa, no matter what. Everything in this world is embedded into our system or comes into our system as upadana rupa, as I said. Because mana is coming from kama, tanna, rati, raga, along that line.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
starting from kama, tanna, rati, raga, then goes to the 5 hindrances, kama, chanda, vyapada. Now see, kama, chanda, vyapada, tinamidda, uddacha, kukkucha, vichikicha. So there are 5 hindrances, starting with kama, chanda. As we said, kama, chanda, vyapada, tinamidda, uddacha, kukkucha are the 4 items is sakkaya ditti. When you go to the fetters. So I said several times, the sakkaya ditti is nothing other than kamachanda, vyapada, tinamidda, uddacha, kukkucha. So this starting with kama cannot be started without upadana rupa. That's the argument. I don't know whether you got it. Did you?
yeah.
Got it? Yeah.
I do.
Yeah. So I'm trying to allow you to visualize what Buddha said through those, unwholesome actions. So that causes everywhere when we are going to do something. So when you are going to talk to somebody, here comes the unwholesome actions which we have developed. If they are still retaining in our system, if not, no problem. If they are even at a very small level, residue level, you know what residue means? Residue means it's a very, very tiny little bit of unwholesome actions are sitting there. So they can
Yeah,
throw up, very tiny ones also can come out. So that's what is happening. Buddha said, be careful, you are with upadana rupa. So rupa is leading towards soka. So don't touch them, don't be with them. Make sure that you are not going to hold into that. So that's up to the person to realize that. Puja, pubbeta kata punyata. So that means always, talk to yourself, realize through yourself, then atta samma panidita, then only you can reduce your speed within the speed that you got, because if there's dhamma, though that dhamma has to be reduced. Make sense?
yeah.
Yeah. So atta samma panidita. Atta means calmness. Atta samma panidita, then you realize how calm you are than what you were. When you realize this rupa is doing all sort of things and gradually eradicating them, then only you realize that the calmness is there to help. So take it, leave the rupa and take the calmfulness. In other words, that is atta, calmness. I have put in that calmness as atta in my writing. So atta, that's the real meaning. Atta means calmness.
Yeah.
Atta. There's another one, Buddha says anatta. Anatta is the right opposite of atta. Now see, anatta. Anatta means, you will come across those terms also later. Anatta means right opposite of calmness. No calmness, aggressiveness. Aggressiveness, so anatta is aggressiveness, or disturbing situation is anatta. Atta is calmness. Atta samma panidita. Atta samma means all will, bring you calmness. It's a rewarding situation. Panidita. It's called, it's like, having a tasteful thing, something like that. Panidita means it's a tasteful thing. for your system.
Mm.
Panidita means that tasteful. But we can't bring the normal things to this because this Dhamma is different, because the feelings are different. So, but the closest term that I can go to Panidita means it's tasteful or
Tasteful.
or rewarding. In day-to-day
Reward.
talking, talking, we can say tasteful, but according to Buddha's teaching, is rewarding.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm just using some other terms also, day to day that we use. So
Mm.
etam mangala muttamang, you know that there's no reward award that a person can get supreme award. So every part explains how good they are, what you can achieve. All right, number 4, please. Bahu Satchancha Sippancha. Yes, these are not easy to practice as a beginner, as a newcomer to the system. So we are newcomers. We are trying to practice what Buddha did. But we are newcomers. We have not practiced these things earlier. Maybe slightly, not that to that extent. So enormous amount of effort has to be used. But when we say enormous amount of effort, it depends on the return that you get. If your return is, fairly, you're getting a calmful return, you feel like doing that. You're not going to get anything other than calmness as your reward, because Buddha says calmness, if you can do your work calmly, that is the best reward that you can get in this world, because you are not changing your system. So you're not hurting you, you're not hurting others. So therefore, you are at a better place, because your system is working calmly. Means all your particles are calm, all your organs are calm, so there can't be any bad illnesses that can creep in. Otherwise, unless we have got some things that we have done previously which is coming behind and attack us, which could be the case. Is they say karma or karma, but I don't know. I had no idea about that, because Buddha said karma, no, not karma. Buddha said karma. Karma is the action. So
Mm.
whatever we have done can come behind us. So there is another thing I had to tell you here. Thoughts. When we produce thoughts brings always unhappiness and sorrowfulness. Now, thought has, as I said, 5 items. Buddha says after identifying or perceiving perception or identify something, don't go beyond that. Don't try to attach to that or refuse that. Then the thoughts are going to get created. So prevent the thoughts. When you see something, you say to yourself, yes, I have seen that. No more. No more. I'm not attaching or rejecting. So
Okay.
if somebody shout at you, you say to yourself, number one is, okay, that's his problem or her problem. Number two is, I'm not going to attach to that. That is not mine. I just ignore. Buddha said,
Mm.
just ignore, because that's the
Yeah,
best
you
thing.
know.
Because there's no way of winning in this world by attacking or shouting or arguing. No one can
Mm.
win. All are losers. No matter how you argue and say to yourself, I won the argument, no, there's no such thing,
Mm.
according to Buddha. So, because as long as you hurt yourself, that's what Buddha said. So that's the method I'm also following, which works. Anyway, go to number 5, please. Thank you. Giving an example, Mata Pitu Pattanam. Okay, so when you are being with your associates, very close associates, be impartial. Buddha is trying to change the way of life of this person at this point. Give the credit to the, give the first place to the equanimity or calmness by treating everybody equally, no discrimination. If you practice that, then you can prevail calmness within you. That's what Buddha says. So it's a new experience, new thing to do, of course, but results are pretty good. Anakulacha kammanta. So involvement should be along that line, nothing else. Such involvements are bringing you the calmness and the controlling power, I would say. You can control your system. So if you look at these things over and over again, you can visualize what's going on. Okay?
Yeah.
That, yeah. We'll go to number 6. Number 6, please. Dhanancha dhamma charyacha. Make your routine, as I said, make your routine other than non-attachment. Non-attachment. Dhanancha means no attachment. But somebody might ask, without attachment, how can we live in this world? Yes, you can have your attachment like a shadow, very, 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 very small attachment. Like a shadow coming behind you. That's the attachment Buddha gave. So that attachment won't harm you. Shadow can't harm you. Shadow is coming with you, but it doesn't harm you. That's the example given by Buddha. So you can have karma like a shadow, so it doesn't harm you. Sorry, so small. Make sense?
Yeah.
Very light karma to handle things. Because if the karma is strong, problem comes.
Mm.
Yeah, that's what it is. Dhanancha dhamma charyacha natakanata sanyamo. You can put it in different ways. That routine of leaving things without attaching onto that can be your best friend,
Yeah.
your best relative. So forget about the other relatives. Make your best relative as leaving things away, or leaving things away from your system. No attachment. Non-attachment as your closest relative.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's another.
Non-attachment.
Yeah, non-attachment, because there's a sutra which tells the similar thing. We'll talk to you later. Anavajjani kammani etam mangala muttama. So anavajjani kammani. So it's not given here because I missed that. As I said, so it's a
No worries.
Yeah. So
Can
anavajjani
make it.
kammani means all the actions must be in par with what Buddha said. All the actions must be in par with non-attachment. That is what it means. Anavajjani kammani. Okay. So I missed that. Put it in brackets. Okay. Now next one, please.
7.
Number 7. Okay. Now if we go back to these things, if I recall them, or the question is mana, I just stop there. and I'm going to recall what we discussed up to this point. So the first one is mana, is the one that the person has got. Went to Buddha and said, here comes the mana, I can't get rid of that. Mana due to the pride, or its mana is pride due to what I have achieved.
Mm.
Then Buddha said, don't go any further. It can work badly and hurts you. So don't associate with unwholesome action.
Other actions. Okay.
So yeah, I want everybody to remember this along that line. Don't worry about the Magadhi terms. Don't worry about what I have written. Just try to remember and recall along this line. This mana cannot be eliminated with unwholesome actions, because we are prone to do that. We are bound to do that from our previous lives and this life. So Buddha said, don't go along that path anymore. And remember that if you are attached to something, or if you are doing, not attached to, here what says is unwholesome actions. Unwholesome actions are created through upadana rupa. So therefore, Buddha says, asevana, the you are living in an environment full of rupa. Pati rupa desa vasocha. That's the second point Buddha is making. Third point Buddha is making is that I know that the first two instructions or the advices are fairly difficult to pursue, difficult to practice. I know that because I have gone through that. I know that how difficult they are, but you have to do that. That's what Buddha insisted. Buddha insisted to this person, you have to do that.
Yes.
That is the that's going to be the third, second one. Then Buddha said, it's not easy. Bahu satchancha sippancha. So that means lot of experience is required, lot of practice is required. It's like a skill development. Now see, when you are doing a sport, any sport, you have to practice and practice and practice. More you practice, easy for you. So similarly, when you practice, what is the advantage? The system effortlessly goes along that practice.
Yeah.
Effortlessly. So you don't have to force the system, because once practice to see the things without attachment, maybe little by little starting point. And when you practice for over a period of time, maybe 6 months, 1 year, then the system itself is works along that path without any force. So you don't have to forcefully do that. It works in its own.
Yeah. Yes.
So that is the advantage of practice. That's why Buddha said practice, practice, practice. Then Buddha gave that example. Okay, to develop impartiality, consider your loved ones, closer associate. Mata pitu pattanang uttadarasa sanyamo anakulacha kammantayitam mangalamuttam. That's the term. So Buddha said, when you are associating with your close relatives, don't discriminate them. Now, which allows to practice the first two given by the Buddha. That is, not to being with unwholesome actions, realizing I am attached to Upadana Rupa as Mana. So those are the 2 points to be realized and practiced to eliminate. Buddha is helping with that. Mata Pitu Pattana. And before that, Buddha said it's not easy to practice, and said, although it's not easy, you better start by doing this one first.
Mm.
Again, it's not easy, but that's the best way to handle. That's why Buddha said it's better to handle with the closer ones than the outsiders.
Yeah.
Now, there's a good thing, the outsiders are, you can't bring the outsiders to your system, because you meet people today, tomorrow you forget. Sometimes, isn't it? Some people. Now, if somebody asks me, who met you yesterday? Answer is, I don't know, I can't remember. There's a good saying, you can't remember what you ate last night, but you can remember 20 years ago when you had the meal with somebody, what you ate. You know what I mean? The mind works in that manner. Sometimes people say, I can't remember what I ate yesterday for lunch, but I can remember 20 years ago when my friend came for a dinner, what we ate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the selection.
Because that thought is sitting in the mind that you had the meal 20 years ago rather than yesterday's one. That happens. So that is how the mind works. So yeah. So its system works in that manner. Anyway, so just to realize, how the mind works. So here Buddha says, just release them. Okay.
Release that.
Yeah. Impartiality is to practice impartiality. Then to do that, again, another instruction, Dhanancha Dhammacharyacha. Dhanancha Dhammacharyacha means, Dana means no attachment. But if you look at a book, they say Dana is giving food to monks. Giving meals to monks is Dana. No, that's not what Buddha said. You can treat the people with food. That's a treatment. It is not, the Dana is different to that. Why? Why is different to? Now, Dana, Sila, Bhavana, there are 3 items. I don't know whether you have heard about that. Dana, Sila, Bhavana. Have you heard about that? No.
Dana, Sila, Bhavana.
Have you heard about that?
I don't know. I forgot. Sorry.
That's all right. So Dana, Sila, Bhavana means when you do Dana, you get Sila. When you do Sila, Dana and Sila, you get Bhavana.
Oh yeah, I remember it.
Yeah, so these are joined together. So if you give Dana, that means when you detach from things, your 6 senses would control. That is Sila. When you give something to somebody, your 6 senses are not controlled. So it doesn't work like that. But if you detach from things, then your 5 senses are controlled or disciplined.
Yeah.
Now that is why Dana is that. Because Buddha says Dana, Sila, Bhavana. Bhavana means when you detach, do away with the things. It is the real point is, that person is not hunting the worldly things to have happiness. That is the detachment. That person is not hunting the worldly things for happiness. That is detachment. then
Yeah.
what happens? There is no way of the six senses to work now. Six senses are having a interval. Six senses
Yeah.
are not working. They are
Yeah.
not responding. They are not activating. So that is sila. So they are not activating towards attachment. That is sila. Dana sila. Bhavana means the relief that you get, you feel a big relief when the six senses are not active or activated. Then you feel like practicing that dana and sila. That is called bhavana. Bhavana is meditation, but meditation is that. The meditation is that. That is the meditation Buddha said.
Oh, yeah.
But people are doing a different meditation. They close their eyes, sitting somewhere in a room or somewhere and thinking. Be all
Actually,
beings be
create
happy.
lots of thoughts.
Yeah. Be all beings be happy and calm. Be all beings be happy. Well, they go on thinking that. So what you are doing is you are creating more and more thoughts.
Yeah.
So I'm not arguing with them, I'm not going against them, but I'm looking at what Buddha said. Buddha said
Yeah,
dana
yeah,
sila
yeah.
bhavana.
Original teaching from Buddha. Yeah.
Yeah. So we have to realize, visualize. Yeah, that's what comes here as well. So danancha dhamma charyacha. That's the previous one. Number 6. This number 7. Now the things that we have got in our system, right?
Yeah.
Earlier, that can cause problems. So that can repeat or repeatedly occur. So therefore Buddha said, if anything is coming into your system, the previously stored in the mind, that has to be stopped, because that means mana again. Any residues or any small uh, items of mana is sitting there, small impurities are sitting there, you have to take them out, otherwise it will come back. So therefore, as I said, please practice impartiality, Buddha says to him. As I said, Buddha says, this not, I'm not telling you, but this is what Buddha said according to this verse. As I said, go back to the number 6, and then I said to practice Majjhima Patipada. Okay? Dhananchadam. That's what Buddha says. So to this person. So if you're looking at what Buddha preached, this is what Buddha preached. As I said previously, go and practice the equanimity. Here is another point for you to consider, that is Arati Virati Papa. Whatever that you have stopped, don't bring them back.
Don't bring them back. Yeah.
That is what Buddha says. This is the way Buddha says. That's what I can visualize. I just mentioned the visualization that I had about Buddha's teachings here. All right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So then, appamadocha dhammesu. This speed is, the speed created by that is going to be harmful to you. Therefore, don't delay. Appamadocha dhammesu. If the things happening over and over again can cause problems, that speed. So therefore, don't delay. Practice this to stop whatever been happen. Make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. So go to the next one, please. Number 8. Number 8 is Kanti chaso vasachana samana nancha dassana. Now, once a person practices these things, we can try ourselves. We can see where we are heading for. So it's the system is getting very, very calm now.
Mm.
Then that is very close to compassion. Compassionate calmness. So Kanti means compassion. So the entire system is compassionate now, full of compassion. Kanti so vasachyata. Vasachyata means living with compassion now. The system is, the life is living with compassion. Can you understand that?
Which one is compassion?
Now you know what Buddha said up to this point, to do this, that. And
Mm.
when a person has practiced the equanimity and impartiality and all sort of things, and
Mm.
realizing these are Rupa is doing all sort of things, and treating your close associate impartially and all sort of things, then you build up some sort of a practice. You build up a practice which is making your entire system calm, isn't it?
Mm. Yeah.
Then Buddha says, Kanti so vasachyata, then you feel that you are living in a compassionate environment, your entire internal system. That's not outside. When you say environment, there is an internal environment, there is an outside environment. So we are treating our internal environment. We can't do anything to the outside environment. We can do nothing to the environment outside, but we can do whatever possible to our internal particles, to calm the particles, the organs. Now see how many things are internal. You get organs, you get blood, you get veins, you get flesh, you know then those are the physical things. Then how about the things are happening, squeezing, compression, warming up, vibration, you name, everything is there. So what would be the outcome? Aggressive actions, shouting, so
Mm.
the system is full of all those things, now all gone away, all bad things. Now the system is compassionate, so you are living with compassionate. That is what number 9 says.
Yeah.
Kanti so vasachata. It's like now you are living with compassionate.
Mm.
Compassion. You are living with compassion. Your entire system is full of compassion.
Mm.
Then what happens? Samana nancha dasanang. You are becoming a noble person. You can see that because your entire system is so samana nancha dasanang. So that person sees, that person is becoming a noble person. Samana
Yeah.
dasanang. Then
Sangha.
samana nancha dasanang is becoming a noble person.
Samanan Nantasha.
Samana nancha dasanang.
Samanan Nancha.
Dasana. Dasana means you see, observe. You
Yeah.
see, dasana. Samana nancha means shramana. Shramana means, you are becoming a noble person. That's the English term that I can say to you. So it's another thing is noble ascetic or noble monk.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or nun. Monk or nun, same thing. So Kalena Dhamma Sakacha. Then whenever you wanted to discuss about the things said up to this point by Buddha, you discuss by yourself to recall and practice that methods given here. That is
Yes.
Kalena Dhamma Sakacha. That's discuss. That's talking to that person, not discussion, sorry. That's talking to yourself. Sakacha means, discussions here. Discussions, you can say here, discuss. Or you can talk. You talk. Okay, go to number 10, please. Okay.
Yeah.
Number 10. Number 10, what it says is that Tapocha Brahmacharyancha. Tapocha means now this person's, normally the worst thing happening to our system is warming up. Okay?
Yeah.
Warming up. Now see, there's another thing I had to tell you, which we discussed yesterday, but I can't explain. You asked a wonderful question about Buddha's speed of the Buddha.
Mm.
Now, Buddha's speed is impartial speed, I said.
Yeah.
Now the speed goes up and down. If the speed is up, that's ours. If the speed is is high, or if it goes up, then we create all anger, you name, ill will, anxiety, all sort of things. Not anxiety, sorry. Ill will, aggressive actions. When the speed goes, when the speed is above the normal is or the impartial level. So Buddha's having impartial level, we are having above that. So if it is go above that, sometimes we have had, Buddha's level, but not always. So we get higher the speed, we get aggression, anger, ill will, conceit, and all sort of things. If the speed goes down, that means lower than Buddha's speed. What is happening to us? We get fear. Fear.
Fear. Oh, fear.
Yeah, I want to tell that, I missed that yesterday. So when the speed is going down, it's like a wave. If you have done the wave theory, it goes up and down. Okay, it's like a wave. So it goes up and down. When it is down, you get
Fear.
the fear,
Worry.
the anxiety, and all sort of the shivering and all sort of things are happening.
Oh, shivering.
That's when the speed is lower than the normal. Both
Interesting.
are.
Very, very interesting. I can feel that.
Yeah, no, you can feel it here. You can see that Buddha's teaching is, unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. Yeah, no words to say. When you go on analyzing, you feel, go forward and analyze. We analyze about 15 to 20 sutras now. There are 18,000 sutras available. 18,000 sutras are there. We analyze only 20, 25. But it is enough. You don't have to analyze all, because that gives the essence of the Buddha's teachings, especially Mahasatipatthana Sutra. Okay, we'll go to Mahasatipatthana Sutra. Presently, I am translating that to English. It is a very long sutra, which has got 275 pages. It's a lot to read. I don't know who is going to read that. So I'm writing that. Anyway, number 11. Somebody might read. Okay, number 11, please. Yeah. Okay, that's a good one. Now this person has gone through all the things, realize why the mana is coming to the system and all that. Very well analyzed, did what to do to get rid of that according to the instructions of the Buddha. Now this person has come to a stage where Puttassa Loka Dhammehi. That means there are 8 vicissitudes. As I said yesterday, gain, loss, power and powerless, praise and blame, happy and sad. These are the 8 vicissitudes or situations, I would say. A person has to encounter in this world. at any
Mm.
time. We don't know when. So whenever that happens, this
What
person,
happened? We cannot hear you.
you know, these are the
Turn
eight
off.
situations, right? Can you hear me?
Can you hear Dr. Bodhi?
Can you? Can't you hear me? Hello? Oh, it went. Hello?
Ah, hi. Yes, yes.
Can you
We
hear
can
me?
hear you again. Yeah. We
Ah,
can.
that's good. Yeah. So, puttassa loka dhammehi chittang yassana kampati asokang virajang kemang edang mangala muttama. That means there is no any thoughts that hurts you by vibrating the system. That is called chittang yassana kampati. No, chitta means thoughts are created to vibrate your system. No more. That is puttassa loka dhamme. Eight vicissitudes can be treated neutrally, no matter what.
Mm.
That is puttassa loka dhamme. Asokang virajam kemang. No sorrowfulness, no lamentation, no suffering. So asokang virajam kemang. These were sitting in my system as kings. Who are the kings earlier? Sorrowfulness is the king sitting in my system. Now no more. Now no more. So Buddha says that
Joyful way.
that king is gone. Now see, but Buddha's terms are very beautiful. So Asokang Virajang Kema. So the sorrowfulness for sitting in my system as a king and dictate terms or dictated terms to me, you know, and hurt me to the extreme. They're all gone now. No king. So no vibration.
No vibration.
And treating all the eight vicissitudes in impartiality. Just imagine, if a person can come to that state, wow, how wonderful it is. All right?
Yeah, wonderful.
The number 12. Yeah. Number 12, the last one.
The last one,
Is number 12.
conclusion one.
This is the last one. Yeah. So what this says is the final achievement of this person. After doing all these things, gradually eradicating this, that, concentrating on that, practicing that, developing a skill, developing the impartiality with the close relatives, all sort of things were happening. And finally, you don't have to remember, according to what Buddha said, but you can, if you can remember here and there, good. So you can say, right, problem is mana. Then Buddha said, don't, go along that 10 fetters, right? So
And go along with that.
then Buddha said, you are attached to rupa. That rupa is the cause of all these things, and it is not easy to get rid of those things, and practice impartiality to take them away. So treat your relatives, and then you said, then Buddha said, Dhanancha Dhamma Charyacha, you, what you call, you release everything that is troubling you. That Dana means, taking away, not attaching. As I said, Dana is not hunting the world to make happiness. That is what Dana. So no more hunting of the worldly things. No attachment towards worldly things. So doing that, then finally, then this becomes a person who is no vibration, no vicissitudes are troubling the 8 vicissitudes. And finally, Eta Disana Katwana. Eta Disana Katwana. Katwana means adhering to these instructions and the actions, by adhering to these instructions, by living accordingly, I would say. Eta disana katwana. Eta means whatever said and done by Buddha here, going along that path. Eta disana katwana sabbatta maparajita, becomes a non-loser in this world. Non-loser. Sabbatta means for any situation he's not going to be a loser, no matter what the situation is.
So good.
Yes, sabbanta sottin gachanti. Now he has eradicated. Now see sotta. How can I get rid of mana? He has got rid of not only mana, all the things. Sabbatta sottin gachanti. I have taken out all the unwanted things which are hurting my system. Mana, that's, if you name them, kama, tanna, rati, raga, lobha, desa, moha, all gone. No 5 hindrances, kama, chanda, vyapada, no. In that system, it is not working anymore. Then 10 fetters, sakkaya, no. Paticca samuppada, no, it's not working. Avijja patya, sankara patya, no, it's not working. No more. Nothing is there. So what that person is going to achieve? Bliss of Nibbana.
Bliss of Nirvana. Okay.
The total calmness is prevailing in that system now. How beautiful it is. So Buddha took him from the mana to full calmness.
Yes.
In this, that is Mahamangala Sutra. What is Mahamangala means? Maha means huge, big, large. Mangala is reward. That is the largest reward. Mahamangala Sutra. How the Sutra is the methodology. The methodology to achieve or gain the biggest reward in this world. Mahamangala Sutra. That is the meaning of the sutra, the terms. Mahamangala Sutra. How we got that expression or the term? By looking at what Buddha said in these things. Now see, before I conclude, I like to go to each and every term has got at the last term as Etam Mangala Muttamang, Etam Mangala Muttamang, Etam Mangala Muttamang. Every verse has got that part as the last bit. So Etam Mangala Muttamang, that's the reward, Mangala Muttamang. Then the sutra is called Mahamangala Sutra. Now see, that's also Mangala, Etam Mangala. Etam Mangala Muttamang. The same sound is there. Mahamangala, Etam Mangala. So part by part, what you do is, if you go through each and every verse, you understand, you visualize, you investigate, you practice by reading each and every verse, so that you gradually goes from Mangala rewards, you get rewards at every state or every verse. Then finally you get the largest reward. Mahamangala. I hope you understood. I said I was trying to tell you how it is done. It is being done. How it is being done gradually.
Yeah, the biggest reward.
Yeah, it's the final big reward. Or the largest, or the noble, or the unparalleled, or the unprecedented, whatever you can put any term. That's the best reward that you can. Huh?
Incredible.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable. That's right. Inspirational. Inspirational. Yeah, that's right. So there are so many ways you can explain that. All right. Okay. Tomorrow we can come I hope this will work tomorrow, my computer. All right. So
Yeah.
yeah, I'll make sure, and I can go through this again if you like. If you want me to
Yes.
go through that,
Yes. Please.
yeah,
Yes. Yes.
I'll go through that again, because then you can consolidate. That's the word.
Consolidate. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Consolidate
Consolidate.
in your mind.
Friends.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I would like you to go through that by yourselves also, as much as you can, so that then you can at least understand the line of thinking, the methodology given
Methodology.
with the step by step method
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
of this sutra. Then you feel like looking at the other sutras as well. The Ratana Sutra is very beautiful. Ratana Sutra.
Oh. Yeah.
Unbelievable, that sutra. It is. I discussed that with my friend. The friend and his wife came to our place 2 weeks ago, and we had a long chat about Ratana Sutra, and they were amazed.
Right. They
They,
were amazed.
Mm.
Yes.
so they were very happy, because its Ratana Sutra is 17 verses, not 10. 17.
Okay. Cannot wait. Yeah, to learn it from
Yeah,
you.
yeah, we'll go to that later. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Take good care. Thank you so much for your contribution. And
Thank you.
although,
Thanks for
yes,
listening, everybody. Yeah. All right. Thank you. All the
yes,
best.
thank you. See you tomorrow. All the best.
All the best. Bye bye.
Bye.